welcome back to my channel. This is Divine from Keeping Up with Divine. Thanks for coming back if you're a return subscriber. If you've been here before, thanks again. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. With your businesses that you have, what's the end goal? Like, why do you have these businesses? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, good question. I think my end goal is financial freedom, really, and to own my time. I think that's one of the important things. That's like one of my values. Is time and good health, good relationships, and God, of course. But I would say, yeah, that's one of my main goals. Definitely financial freedom and time, freeing up time as well. And I know that if I stay dedicated to what I'm doing now and keep striving, eventually I'll get to the point where I then own all my time. With that, obviously, combined with financial freedom, I'm able to enjoy life even more. That's how I see my picture anyway. So yeah, I would say definitely that's the process. Yeah.
Okay, and obviously we are young men and women here.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like as an entrepreneur, it's hard to look at your friends getting promotions and watching them get new cars and watching them get all these things that as a young and fresh entrepreneur, you can't quite afford yet.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Me, I don't really care. To be honest, I don't really care for it. The material stuff, I ain't really, I like them, of course, everyone does. But in terms of the importance that I place on it, I don't really place that much importance on them anyway. I feel like whatever you pursue in life, you eventually get somewhere. You get to a certain level where you would be able to afford certain things that you couldn't. So seeing my friends getting into jobs and stuff never distracted me because I see the bigger picture. And working for someone is never, that doesn't really entice me. Like, I don't like it. I don't look at it and aspire to that. So because I look at it like that, and I hate it so much, I would never want to be involved in getting a job and promotion and I know you get a bit of money here and there and you get your promotion, but that's not the bigger picture for me. The level that I'm trying to get to far exceeds that sort of lifestyle. It will never really be anything that distracts me. You know what I mean? So that's because I really believe in what I'm trying to do. So and getting into employment is something I could jump up tomorrow and start doing. You know what I mean? It's not a real ambition for me. So yeah, I don't really care for it. Like, it's not really that important for me.
So obviously you mentioned that you spent a year kind of looking for work and stuff like that when you finished university. How did you then start your business? Which business was it you started?
Goldencutsbarbers first, the shop in Stoke-on-Trent.
How did you get to opening a shop? How do you open a shop?
Yeah, I think people look at business and think that there's so many aspects that it gets too overwhelming and it puts them off. Firstly, I acquired those skills from a young age where I'll go to my local barbers and learn how to cut because I felt like that will be of value to me when I go to uni and make extra money on the side. So I acquired those skills from a young age. So that's fine. But then getting into the business of opening a shop, I made that decision really in the space of like 2 months. So throughout the year, I was going to interviews around the country. There was one time where I went to an interview in Tarrall, and then the next day I was in Telford. You know what I mean? It was just a bit hectic. But throughout that process, I was thinking, okay, I've got this skill here that could generate income straight away. So how do I do that? Now, going back to having the money to actually start a business, I worked in a normal business, at normal jobs when I was at uni, like doing events or I even worked in a warehouse, or you know what I mean, just to save the money so that if I wanted to do something, I could just put the money up and then fully go into it. So luckily for me, because I had a skill set of barbering and I had the money to start to own a shop, I just looked into how that process works. That's just a simple Google search and find out you can rent a property or you can buy a property. I rented it from the beginning. It's like renting a house. So I went through that process because I had the money there. That wasn't going to be an issue. So I just looked into the process of of opening a commercial shop, and then that took about 2-3 months, but it was worth it. You know what I mean? It was worth it. I took my time to make sure that I get into it properly and really establish the business. And yeah, that's how it all started. So it's not difficult. It's not you have to go out there and get a 10k loan or whatever. Just saving up from a young age and then hoping that one day it will help you in starting something of your own.
How much roughly did you need to acquire the property and all the equipment you needed?
Yeah, I'll be transparent. It was around 6 to 7k at the beginning, but like I said, I've been saving up from since the beginning of uni and a bit in secondary school from doing little jobs here and there. I'm not really a big spender like that, so I always saved first before anything else. So yeah, I managed to gather up the money, and some friends helped as well in that process. So that was really nice of them. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's how I started it. That's how the whole process started. And yeah, obviously I went to a property agency and then signed up with them and told them I wanted this property. I put up the deposit, and then they went through the paperwork. That takes about a month, and then after that you wait for them to approve your application. So I waited, and about a month and a half they approved it. And then whilst that process was happening, I was acquiring stuff that's needed, obviously, to run a barbershop. So like the chairs and the clippers and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how it all started, really.
This is one of the questions I got from Instagram, and it says, what's the best advice you've received pertaining to starting a business from nothing? Or maybe what's the best advice you can give us?
Oh, the best advice I can give? Yeah, I would say, trust me, it is possible to start a business from nothing. And what I mean by that is, by doing the normal jobs that are around, you can that's how your business starts. So you save up the money from doing your basic jobs, and then whilst you're doing that, if you then acquire the skills that your business needs, then you can combine both of them when you then get to a level where you have the money and you have the right skill set to go into that business. So that's the advice that I'll give. You can literally just save up, start saving up, spend less and save more, and then eventually you can make that transition from there and just acquire the skills, because the quality is important. So don't think I'm just gonna go into it and then just do it and people will just start coming in. It's a process. It takes a long time. There was times where when I started, I didn't have a lot of customers. You know what I mean? So, but knowing that, okay, cool, it's just a phase. This is just what business is about, and sticking with it and always trying to improve aspects of your business or your skills really helps. So that's the advice that I'll give, really. Yeah.
Okay. Whilst we're on that, I'll ask another question from Instagram. How long are you willing to make a loss before you start seeing any profits?
Man, interesting. I don't think there's a clear answer for it. I think if you believe in what you're doing and you have a clear strategy in terms of how you're going to acquire customers and how, you know what I mean, if you have a business plan, or if you have a business strategy and you believe in that strategy or that plan, then you just stick with it. I don't think there's a real amount that you can lose before you start making profit. The profit will always come from always improving on your skill set and always doing your best to acquire customers and to marketing and stuff like that. So when you do that over a long period of time and the quality of your business is good, you're always gonna make profit. You know what I mean? You will take a loss at the beginning, but making profit is all depending on you. How much marketing you do, or how many, you know what I mean, how much effort you put into your business. That's what I believe will turn your losses into profits, yeah.
And with Ergos, obviously you're at the prototyping stage, is that correct?
Yeah.
So with that business, obviously that's not a shop, it's quite different from Goldencuts.
Very different. Yeah.
How did you get to being at the stage you're at now? Did you need money? If so, where did you get it from? How did you do that?
Yeah, so initially, I started a business and I was quite resourceful because I knew certain friends that graduated with certain degrees that I knew would be beneficial to my business.
Right.
So what I did was I wrote some contracts and proposed the idea to them, and I gave them equity in the business because obviously I didn't have the money to pay them up front for the work they do. So yeah, that helped me a lot. But then throughout that journey of building the business, the Argos business, we saved up again because we were all working. So we saved up a bit of money to get patents or legal documents approved or whatever, and the concepts. And the majority of the work from the beginning came from us because we had a skill set. So I was the product designer. I had someone that was doing electronic engineering. I had someone that's doing graphics design. I had someone that's doing mechanical engineering. So all those skills came together. So we had the core, we had the foundation set out to really elevate the business to the next level. So that helped a lot. The money that we would have required to get the business off the ground would have been a lot, but because we had the skill set and we graduated in our degrees, it really helped us elevate our business to the next level. When we got to the next level, we then looked into investors, so angel investors, or there's websites out there that you can pitch your idea on those platforms. You have to pay a small fee, but you pitch your idea, and if the idea is valid or people like it on that platform, the investors will message you and get into contact with you and give you some money, some funding for your business, and in exchange you have to give them a small equity or whatever. So that's how that process works. But to get to this stage, yeah, that's what we went through. We managed to get our investor in our second year, and that really boosted us to the next level, to a point where we can get a prototype, our first prototype made.
Okay.
And then that's the stage that we're at in a minute. So we're trying to get to the next level now. There's a lot more to it. If you need more information, just
let me know, and
yeah,
we'll get him back on.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to a young person looking to start a business today?
The advice that I'll give is, I would say, start a business in something that you're passionate about, because that passion drives you a little bit. It drives you. It's not the be all and end all, but it really drives you. It gives you that extra motivation that you need to strive. So the days that you're feeling a bit down, if you enjoy what you do or you have passion for it, it just drives you a little bit more. So yeah, I would say have the passion for your business. You have to be patient. And you have to be patient because there's times where things ain't gonna go right. But if you're patient and you just stay positive, you'll get through the problems that you face. So I would say that's another one. And again, I'll say try and save up some money, and saving up the money just from a basic job, the job that you do now, just save up the money, because you don't want to go out there and get a loan. It adds a bit more pressure onto the business that you're trying to go into. So I would say, yeah, save up your own money, start up with your own money. And if you have friends around you that you think could be of benefit to what you're doing, use them, and speak to them, because they'll probably be in the same position as you and they'll understand. So if you go into business with them, things will be a bit more easier. The pressure will then become less for yourself. Then you'll be able to spread the pressure around a little bit. So I would say that's another one. Persistence is another one, and perseverance. I would say that's two things that I really needed as well, because if you have those two things, it doesn't matter what comes in the way, because you want your business to succeed so much. You push through it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. There could be so many distractions, but if you believe and you persist with what you're doing, there's nothing that can really stop you. And I'm telling you this, but I'm still on a journey. So all these things I'm learning as I go, but I think they'll really help. And less distractions. Have a mind of your own. Don't let too many people sway you in terms of certain decisions to do with your business or in life in general. Just keep striving and believe in what you're doing, and just stay focused. That's the advice I'll give.
And our last question, what advice would you give to somebody who's looking to stop their business and quit their business today?
To quit? I wouldn't say quit. I would say just analyze your business. If there's certain parts of your business that are difficult or whatever, or you feel like there's no way out, just look for certain aspects of your business that could go in a different direction. You know what I mean? So rather than just quitting, there's aspects of your business that are good and the aspects of your business that are bad. If you change the bad aspects and look for alternatives, you eventually get to where you need to, not necessarily quit. Just make those adjustments and you'll be fine. There's no point quitting because you've probably put in a lot of effort and time. You know what I mean? So I would say just stick with it, make those adjustments, and then you'll be on your way. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so thank you so much for being on my channel, for starters. Thanks for all the information you've given us. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you need any more information, don't hesitate to let me know on my social medias and I'll be able to pass the message through to Tarrall. So yeah, guys, any questions you have for him, if you want him to come back on the channel, make sure to put it down in the comments. Put it right down there, guys, and we'll see you sometime soon. Thank you so much for tuning in once again, and I'll see you Sunday. Bye!
Bye, guys.